Now in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the power of association. And the power of association can be an incredible thing to consider if you want to be able to excel in your life, if you want to get happier, if you want to be able to succeed in more things. And it really comes down to who we associate with. If we're associating ourselves with and surrounding ourselves with those motivated people, those loving people, those joyful people, the excited people, we will actually get attached to that energy, and it brings our energy into the same psychology of those who we surround ourselves with. But on the other hand, if we usually surround ourselves with a negative person or negative people for a prolonged amount of time, you will notice that you will start to feel that energy, and it has an effect on your physiology and your psychology. So if that person is always negative, always complaining about life, even if they enjoy that drama, you may notice that you get sucked into that as well, and you start to buy into that drama as well. You think about that person, and it actually weighs on your mind and it weighs on your energy. So I always consider this. As I think of those who I surround myself with, does that person lift me up or pull me down? Now, I'm not saying that you must cut loose of those people who are negative, because I work with people who are predominantly negative because they've got issues, so they're not feeling great about themselves. I'm not going to simply not see clients anymore or not respond to emails that I receive. But what I can do is really look after my own psychology by surrounding myself with more empowered people, more happy people as possible. That means when I'm with people who are negative, I can actually be in the best psychological and physiological state I can possibly be to help that person. Now, there might be a line where you go, actually, Joseph, it is now time to let go of that person in my life. And that's absolutely fine, because sometimes people do not support us. Some people can use and abuse us, whether it be physically, mentally, or emotionally. We have to take a stand sometimes and go, I refuse to allow that person to bring me down anymore. And it might be hard, but it can be the most empowering things that we can do. You see, if we choose to make a decision and be very definite in that decision to be able to remove or adjust those negative people in our lives, so maybe we see them less, maybe we cut them out completely, maybe we begin to come up with strategies to inspire them. But when we make that definite decision that now is the time to cut loose, modify, or change how we relate to that person, we will actually allow our mind to open up to attract people alike to your own personal energy. So if you start to surround yourself with positive people, the chances are you will begin to seek out more people like that. But on the other hand, if you hang around with negative people, always complaining, not willing to change and so on, you will actually begin to attract more of those people into your life, because your brain looks out for these things. Whatever's of importance to you or value to you, whether it be positive or negative, your unconscious mind seeks more of that out. So we have to draw a line as to where we're actually heading and how much we want to surround ourselves with certain people. Because as I said, we can actually go into their drama. We can live out their drama and think about it. I used to think this about Facebook sometimes. I mean, I used to see people complaining all the time on Facebook, and I'd be thinking about their issues, despite probably not even spoken to them for many months or even years. It could have been high school people at college, and so on, sorry. Yet our headspace gets trapped in that person's world. Now, I made a decision to be able to cut loose of those people who no longer add value to me, who are unwilling to change. Yes, there are times we must, once again, modify. I mean, I'm not saying we must cut out negative people, but it is important to be conscious of how we associate to certain people. We either cut out, we modify, and we inspire. By doing that, you'll be able to allow more people into your life who support you. Because when you associate with those people who do empower you, you will start to feel the benefits on a mind-body level. You will start to feel better in every way. So once again, it is a very important decision to make, but it's one we must be conscious about. And when we're conscious of it, we can understand, is that person lifting me up or are they actually bringing me down? That is a great idea for us to consider. The more we're conscious of this, the more we can direct our energy, seek out more people of a liked mind, a liked energy, or at the very least how we'd like to be, so we begin to model them and their energy rubs on us ultimately. So I hope you begin to consider that and consider who are the people you associate with. I heard a quote it must have been many years ago now, and it says, "You are the sum of the 5 closest people in your life." Now think about that. The 5 people who you spend the most time with, you are the sum of. Now you might not believe that, and that's okay. I mean, it's just really one of those quotes. But it is an important quote to consider, because if we have that in our mind, we'll be noticing that actually, am I taking on negative beliefs, feelings from that person, or even behaviors? Or am I going to choose to surround myself with empowered people of a liked mind more often than not? And will that have an effect on my thoughts, my feelings, and behaviors? We have to make that decision. And I really think when you do that, you'll start to see the most wonderful changes in your life. So just consider the power of association. Who are you associating with, and do they support you, nourish you, and grow you? And those who actually bring you down. Once again, we can modify, we can disconnect, and also we can inspire those around us. And as a quick add-on to that, how do we change negative people? We be the example of what you want them to be. So if you want them to be happier, you be as happy as possible, and that will rub off on them. Your energy can be very profound and strong. So when you project it out, you will begin to affect those people around you. So be the change you want to see in the person. That way they have a definite example, and you could say an idea and an acknowledgement that someone's in their reality being that way. They have evidence as to someone who is happy, and they can then make the best decision for themselves. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Many thanks and goodbye.